all the engine components, okay? All of them. All right? This one here, look, is module 1, okay? Module 1 is the shaft here together with the accessory gearbox. If you look here at the face, you have the accessory gearbox. This whole part here is the accessory gearbox, all right? This entire part is the accessory gearbox. This here is module 2. Module 2 goes up to this gear ring, okay? And module 3 goes from here to here. Look, module 3, inside module 3 is module 4. And module 5 is the reduction gearbox at the back, all right? Fuel metering unit, HMU, okay? Dual channel, double channel, right? What do we have in the unit? Stepper motor, responsible for controlling the needle. Feedback resolver, responsible for providing feedback to the HMU. Here we have the neutral position sense switch. The neutral position switch is there to indicate that the hebicoil is in the correct position. Hebicoil actuator. We have the start purge valve, right? And down here we have the fuel filter, the clogging indicator, and the switch that sends pre-clogging information to the cockpit, okay? On this side here, what do we have? We have the engine's fuel inlet, we have the low pressure pump switch, and the high pressure pump. At the top here, we have the metering needle, the line that connects the HMU to the valve block. Then here we have the stop electrovalve, the start electrovalve, and then we have the purge valve, the shutdown valve, and the pressurization valve. Well, what else do we have here at the front? Official compensation, starter installation, and the power shaft output. How many RPMs come out here? A constant 6,000. So at any power setting, whether the collective is up or down, the engine will always maintain 6,000 RPM. What we're seeing here is the freewheel. We've already seen how it's attached. On this side here, folks, we have the P3 sensor. What is the P3 sensor for? It controls the fuel flow so that P4 never becomes greater than P3. Ignition box. The ignition box is dual. It sends ignition to the left spark plug and to the right spark plug. And here we have the bleed valve. For the bleed valve, we have a bleed valve switch to indicate whether the bleed valve is open or closed. And on this side here, we have the P3 line. What does the bleed valve do? It compares this P3 with this P0. And here is the filter. The first thing in troubleshooting is to remove the little metal filter that's inside here for inspection, right? What do we have on this side here? On this side here, we have the injector and the spark plug on this side. The ignition box is here. And this here is the ventilation line that comes from the breather. Here's the breather, and it comes from the reservoir that's in the front. T4 conformation box, which does the conformation we learned about before, the RA and the RB. Torque conformation box. And here we have the torque transmitter. This line here, look, this line that comes out here, you see it comes here, is the G3 ventilation line. This is the G3 ventilation line. The pressure line is on the other side, and the return line is down here. Okay? So, if we come back here, what do we have? These are the N2 sensors, right? Which ones are the N2 sensors here? Here it's written, look, right here it's written N2A, N2A, and N2B.
Yeah, that's right.
On the right side. Here we have a front chip detector from module 1, and here there's a rear chip detector, okay? At the rear part of the engine here, what do we have here? Look, we have the output shaft for the tail rotor, and here we have another N1 sensor. This one here is the N2C. N2C. What do I have on this side here? I have the T4 antennas, which are side by side. There are 4 of these antennas on each side. There are 8 in total, which are the Lommel and Cromel. We have a fire detector. How many degrees is this fire detector rated for? No, 400. Where is the 201? The 201 is here at the front. Look, there's a 200 here, and there's another 200 on this side here. It's down here. Look, here the 200 is on this side. What do we have here, folks? Here we have an N1 sensor, right? Here is your N1C. This one is N1A and N2B. This is the PMA. It's also the power supply for the FEDEC computer. Here we have this piping here, the oil pressure line that comes out of the system. Here on the side, we have the oil filter. And here we have the oil pressure transmitter and switch. This one sends the reading to the cockpit, and this is the oil switch. Right here on the side, we have a chip detector for the oil system return. The check involves what it sends. Here is where the oil comes in, which comes from the reservoir. And here the oil returns to the reservoir. So it enters here and exits here. All right? The HMU is attached to the gearbox using this clamp here. See? What do we have down here, folks? Down here we have a master drain. What does the master drain drain? Any possible leakage from the HMU. We drain the oil here from the magnetic seal, and on the other side is the drain for the combustion chamber. Okay? This cable is tied here because when we remove the engine, this cable passes through the deck. There's a hole in the deck, and these plugs are connected to the VMU. These cables cannot have any splices, and this plate here is sealed and bolted to the engine deck. All right? Okay? Looking at this side here, you can see the best part of the G3. Look, G3 ventilation. This here is the G3 pressure line, and this one down here is the G3 return line. Okay? All right?